And we have 5.3, which says, in Tokyo, they will visit the Tokyo Tower, which is a communication and observation tower. The tower is 1916 feet tall and has 2 viewing decks. The main deck is 150 meters above the ground, and the top deck is 250 meters above the ground. So we have a main deck which is 150 meters, and we have a top deck which is 250 meters above the ground. Not the height of the deck, but how high it is, right? And then we have the whole thing being that high. Okay, so we have the prices here, which are priced according to an adults there, and then high school there. Then we have groups, right? So if you come in groups, an individual person pays this much if you come in groups, but this group is less than 50, but more than 20 and more, less than 50. This one is 50 and more, right? And the price for each individual is 960 yen, and the high school kid will pay 800 yen, right? So the same first one there, right? As in a simplified form, the ratio of the above the ground of the main deck to top deck, right? So main deck, top deck, there they are. The main deck is 150 meters above the ground. The top deck is 250. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 5.3.1, and we're going to write the ratio. Ratio is a number, dot, number that side. So that would be 150 to 150. Now they say simplify the ratio. So what I'm going to do is, if you don't know how to simplify a ratio, I do have a video. I'm going to add the link. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to shortcut for those people who who've been wondering if you can shortcut. Yes, you can shortcut. So if I look at these numbers, I can see that I can divide them by 50, right? So I'm going to try and see what happens. So 150 divided by 50 gives me 3. It's so simple. I don't even have to use a calculator, but make sure you use a calculator to double check. And then if I divide by 50 there, it's 5. So I'm just going to double check my dividing. 150 divided by 50, there we have 3, right? And then I'm going to take 250, no, not 251, 250 divided by 3, and that gives me 250 divided by 50 gives me 5. So my dividing is correct, and I move on to 5.3.2, which says convert in meters the height of the tower using this particular conversion factor. Remember the height of the tower we've given there, and then we're going to use this conversion factor. So the first thing I'm going to do is copy the conversion factor because it has everything. So it says 1 meter is equal to 3.281 feet. So I'm going to use this conversion factor to convert that number there. But at first I'm going to write is equal to, because that's the obvious one, and I'm saying where are the feet, because this is given in feet. So I write that on this side, which is 1092.1916 feet, right? Unknown. You don't have to do it the way I do it. This is how my brain thinks, right? My brain prefers this method. So 1 meter multiplied by 1092.1916 feet is equal to, and then we say unknown multiplied by 3.281 feet. Then you say, where's my unknown now? Okay, so my unknown now is sitting there with 3.2, and they are multiplying. What is the opposite of multiply? Divide. So what I'm going to divide by, I'm going to divide by this number so that I'm chasing it away to go to the other side. So that'll be 3.281 feet. Then that cancels that. It's going now. It's gone from this side. It's going. It's going to appear this side. How? When it gets here, I'm going to say, what did I do with this side? I divided. So this side I'm going to divide as well. And then I say, what divided by 3.281. And now we have it there. Feet. Don't forget the feet. Okay, so now we're going to just use a calculator and get the answer there, which is 1092.1916 divided by 3.281, and we get the answer, which is 332.883755 meters. Now I like to write the answer of the calculator first, and then I'm going to convert. I'm going to round off. Before I round off, I'm going to check, did they say anything about where to round off to? No, they said nothing about rounding off. So I'm just going to round off to 2 decimal and say 332.88 meters and my full marks, right? So that was 2 marks. Okay, so now 5.3.3, which is 6 marks, says Danny stated that if they had been in a group of 60 people observing from the main deck, they could have received 30% discount on an adult ticket, right? Okay, if they had been a group of 60, group of 60 would be here, which is 50 or more, and they would have received what? 30% on an adult ticket. But instead they're going as a couple, so they're there's only 2 of them. The adult ticket is 1,200 yen, and here in the group you pay 960. So let's find out if he is correct. So first we're going to find out how much the discount is, and then we're going to calculate the percentage of the discount, right? Okay, so we're going to do that by saying, we're going to say they're paying discount. We don't know how much the discount is. We're given the percentage of the discount. We don't know how much it is. Discount is equal to, and then we're going to say he's paying 1,200 yen. He's talking about the one for the groups. So let's find out what would have been the discount there had he been there. And the difference there is 1,200 minus 960. That would be 240 yen, right? Now he's saying this 240 yen is a 30% discount that they would have gotten had they gone as a group. Let's find out if he's correct. So let's calculate the percentage, which is equal to 240 divided by 1,200, and then we're going to multiply that by 100. Let's find out. 240 divided by 1,200 is 0.2. And then we multiply that by 100, we get 20%. So he said it would have been 30%. He's not telling the truth. It would have actually been not correct. So he's not correct because that would have actually been, why is this 6 marks? So I guess that's 2, that's 3 marks, that's 2 marks, that's 1 mark. Okay, he would have not been correct anyway, because that's not 30%, that's 20%, not 30%.